with your name and organization. And sorry, I've still got folks coming in. But we will go ahead and get started with our updates. So if you have an event or an activity or something cool happening or want to do a quick share about your program, it is the time for you to do that. So I'll open the floor to whoever wants to share their updates.
Hey, Jillian, I'll go. This is Gabby Smith. The Northeast Council on Children and Youth has their next quarterly meeting next Wednesday, the 7th, I'm pretty sure, from 9:30 to 11 over at the Summit Leadership in Johnson City, right off the Bristol Highway. This quarter, we have Jordan Wally, who is our director of Youth Transitions Advisory Council, as well as the Council on Children's Mental Health, coming to talk about that piece of TCCY and the statewide partnership. So yeah, we're excited. Hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Hey everybody, I wanted to just introduce myself to the group. I recognize some familiar faces and familiar names as well, but I'm Allie with Makeaway Transport, and we provide non-emergency medical transportation to the TennCare population in all the counties of Northeast. So if you do work with that population, I'd love to connect with you and get you all acquainted with the services that we provide for transportation in your area, as well as how to schedule rides, which is a very quick and easy process on our website. So I'd love to connect with everyone.
Hey, Jillian, it's Jennifer. I just dropped our flyer for the International Overdose Awareness event that we plan in Johnson County on August 31st. Would love to have as many resources there as possible. So if you are interested, please reach out. All of my information is in the chat.
Hey, Ellen Sturgill here. I am with Insight Alliance, and my program is called the First Responder Resource Engagement Team. We take referrals from first responders in Washington, Carter, Johnson, and Hawkins. We just started taking referrals about 2 weeks ago after kind of building up some things. And we're basically our program, we're piloting out of a very successful program that was in Middle Tennessee. And so just kind of getting our name out there, what we're doing. And also in the chat, I'm not sure if anyone else from Insight Alliance is here today, but I sent a photo, and I can also provide the PDF of our International Overdose Awareness Day. It'll be, what is it, Saturday, August 31st, 4 to 8. And we are lucky to be doing it in downtown at the farmers market or the pavilion. So let us know, and I'll send you. I know Jen Bourbon will also be sending out some information. So thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. This is Caroline Rodriguez from Tennessee Voices Nurturing Parenting Program with the Strong Families. I did put a flyer on the chat because we do have a parent-to-parent class coming up in October. So anyone that is interested can just register through that flyer. This is not a program that I personally, or a class that I personally teach, but we are offering this through TM Voices. So if anyone's interested, feel free to register for that class. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Emily Matthews, and I am with the Tennessee Department of Health Office of Strategic Initiatives, and I'm a community impact consultant for the East and Northeast region. And so my goal is to help get Health Council initiatives and members funded. And I just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of a funding opportunity through the state that's coming out. It's called the Healthcare Resiliency Program Grant. It's pretty broad, and it can be for a lot of different programs, really anything that addresses a need and that affects a rural population. Tyler has shared it out in our newsletter before, but they're going to open the application portal for that, I think September 17th. And probably have application due December or January. So just be on the lookout for that, and just email me if you have an idea for funding and you want to talk about that grant opportunity. It can be for capital projects, hiring new staff, a brand new program, or continuing a program. So it's really flexible within the state. Thank you.
Anybody else have updates they want to share?
Hi, we're just I'm Elizabeth with Tennessee Voices in our FAST program. We're currently taking new referrals and I believe no wait time. For FAST, we have a Spanish speaking, she's bilingual in English and Spanish out. Oh, Esme's here. Hi, Esme. And she is happy to serve y'all. So just want to do a shout out for her.
So I'm going to share a few things that Carter County Drug Prevention has going on. I've been dropping them in the chat. We have smoking cessation classes coming up starting August 8th. This is the Freedom from Smoking program. So it's an 8-session program. It's good for traditional tobacco use or vaping. Anybody that wants to quit any of the things, please send them our way. Dinner is provided. It's totally free. We just want folks to come. And so I put that link in the chat for everybody. I'm going to have Dustin talk to y'all about WrestleFest. I put that one in the chat. We have a new mentor training coming up this Sunday. So if you are at all interested in being a mentor to a youth ages roughly 8 to 17 or so, we have a training coming up this Sunday, sorry. Again, meal provided, just show up. We're gonna get some new folks trained to work with kiddos. This is a one-on-one full year match, and we match based on interest. So if I have a kiddo that's interested in working on cars or crocheting or whatever, we need adults with those same interests to match them with. So new mentor training Sunday. I also put the flyer for esports or the event for esports in the chat. So we are doing kind of an esports kickoff on August 23rd. We have an amazing esports lab at the Parks and Rec in Elizabethton, and that will be open 2 afternoons a week just to provide safe activities for kiddos. And so the kickoff again is August 23rd. I put that event in the chat for y'all. And then I'm gonna ask, so Dustin's gonna share with y'all about wrestling this Saturday and that group. Making him come over here and be on camera, y'all.
What are esports? Is that what you said?
Yep, esports. It's like, I'm really bad at this. It's basically video game sports, pretty sure. And so can you talk about esports better than me? No. Okay. We don't know. It's competitive video gaming is what we know about it.
I have a kid that
Awesome,
did
thank you.
that at ETSU. So yeah, there's different types of games that are multiplayer, and that's what they do. They usually have a team and then they compete against other people. It's really quite fun. I'm so excited for you guys to have that. I think you'll get a lot of
Oh,
engagement.
fun.
So, and we would love to have like some ETSU folks kind of supporting it. So if he ever wants to connect with me or whatever, would love.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would love
I've
to
got
have-
two. Well, actually three. I'll see if they're interested in give them your information.
Awesome. That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Dustin Lilac, everyone.
Hey,
Hello.
Jillian.
Yep.
It's Caroline, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Great. I've got a couple of health department staff that we're going to start inviting in each month, a couple of people to be able to sit in and listen to all the great things that the Carter County Collaborative is doing and just learn a little bit more about what's going on in the community. It gives them a chance to extend their view from outside the walls. So we do have a couple of people on today with us from the health department. And I did want to note that Kayla Adams, our breastfeeding peer counselor, has put in the chat some information about a breastfeeding brunch that we're going to have here at the health department August the 14th from 10 to 12. And I thought that was a neat twist on, some of our typical stuff that we do with breastfeeding and WIC. It's usually kind of more of a celebration and you just come through a little finger foods, but I thought brunch for breastfeeders was a really cool twist on things. So thank you.
Love that so much. All right, y'all. Dustin's going to share just a quick second about what he's got coming up.
Hello, I'm Dustin. So Saturday at Kiwanis Park in Elizabethton, we're doing a Wrestle Fest. It's just like a wrestling themed party for kids and adults. And we're gonna have food trucks. We're gonna have contests. You dress as your favorite wrestler. We got prizes. We got name that entrance music contest. We got crafts and stuff for the kids. So it's gonna be a good time. It's from 6 to 9 at Kiwanis Park. And then Thursday, August 8th, we're starting it's a dad support group. We're mainly trying to we know there's a lot of struggles with dads trying to reconnect with their kids and just bond with them and everything, especially coming out of addiction and coming into recovery. Say you want to meet your kid or come hang out with your kid and you don't really know what to do. And there's just a group of dads coming around to try to talk and give each other ideas and support and share what they're struggling with and even share successes on what's working and what's not, and just try to help everybody be the best dad we can be. And you don't have to be in addiction or recovery to come. If you want to just come and hang out, we would love to have you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Jeremiah is up for adoption, you guys, for the group chat or the chat. Okay, last call, y'all. Anything else you want to share before we move on?
Hey, Jillian, I want to talk about it's Tia with Bridge to Shore. I want to talk about Carter County's International Overdose Awareness Day. So we're going to have it on August the 30th from 6 to 8, and we are looking for providers to come set up tables. So I'm going to throw the flyer in the chat and registration form to be able to come and set up a table. We've got all kinds of food trucks. Valdair with Carter County Drug Prevention is working so hard. He's got food trucks coming for us. We'll have a free raffle going on, music being played, and so we would love for you all to come and hang out with us.
I'm also going to put a link in the chat. Recovery Resources has a music festival coming up. So I'm going to put the link to that in the chat as well. And Tia or I1 will get the overdose information in the chat too. Anybody else want to share anything? Okay. So thanks everybody for sharing all your awesome updates. So many cool things going on. One other thing I wanted to share really quickly is that we have received a grant from Ballad Health to put an overdose response box in every county in the 8-county region. So most of y'all know we have a box at the Elizabeth and Carter County Public Library. And then JCRC has added a box in Johnson City, and Action Coalition is working to put a box in Mountain City. And so our goal is to have a box in every county. And so if I know that a lot of y'all work regionally and not just in Carter County. So if y'all have connections or ideas for a place that boxes should be, please let me know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it is a box that folks can access naloxone or other overdose prevention medications 24/7. So it's just an open box where folks don't have to answer questions. They don't have to go in and ask for it. They're just able to access that medication 24/7. So if y'all have places or ideas, please send them my way. Like I said, we're working to get one in all of the counties. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to our speaker today. I'm super excited to have Samantha Gray with us from Appalachian Promise. They are doing some really fantastic things that impact our entire region in a lot of cool ways. And so I'm excited for her to share with y'all and for y'all to get connected with her. She has a parenting network meeting that lots of us on this call need to be part of. And so I hope that she shares about that and all the other amazing things that they've got going on. So I will turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Jillian. And can I have screen sharing? Is that possible?
Yes, see if you can share.
Well, thanks everyone for having me on. I love hearing about everyone's things that they have going on. We also have a newsletter where we love sharing that kind of stuff with our networks and other networks. So please remember us. I'll probably mention this presentation, but I don't want to forget. And also if I forget, we have a resilience network, and actually Dustin's going to be presenting. So if you want to hear more about his programs, he's going to be a part of a panel with a couple of other people presenting on August 20th. And if you want to know more about that, just reach out to me. I'm afraid to say the time. I think it's 10 a.m., but I might be wrong. But it's great to see all of you. There's a lot of folks I know in here. Some of you, this might be like a little bit of a repeat. Maybe, hopefully I'll have something new to share that you maybe aren't familiar with. So I'm with Appalachian Promise Alliance, and my area of work is with what we call the parenting suite and the parenting programs. And that's kind of a play on words because we literally have a suite where we're fortunate to have meeting rooms and offices, and we have a library. I'm gonna show you some pictures of that, but we also just really have a mission to help parents enjoy parenting and to make parenting sweet, as it were. Just first, real quick about Appalachian Promise Alliance. If you're not familiar, we do a lot of different things. Many years ago, I spent 17 years on the board and worked on the strategic planning. And what we said was, let's focus on what's missing in the community. Let's try to bring resources to the community for the nonprofits that exist here. So our Youth Networking Alliance was how we got really started and trying to really increase capacity of our local nonprofit organizations and do a lot of networking just like this. Over the years, we added programs, poverty awareness and education, diversity, equity, inclusion, our Buckle Up for Life program. Appalachian Connect works in the workplace. Our Resilience Network, we have kind of Hold and Trust, the network, the coalition, or the collective impact work for Northeast Tennessee, and then work very closely with Virginia as well. And then of course we have the parenting program, which is, our parenting programs for parents, but also a real concerted effort to normalize parenting education and work with a parenting educator network to elevate and help people appreciate parenting educators and help get it recognized more and more. I'm also involved with the National Parenting Educator Network, and we just had a big meeting yesterday. How can we do this on a national level and really help everyone who is trying to learn about parenting and recognize that everyone needs to learn about parenting? If you're like me, the more work you spend in it, you realize there's so much you can always learn. So this is a little snapshot of our parenting suite. We're located at 100 Ash Street in Bristol. Even though we serve throughout the region, we are fortunate to have this location. We have office hours where people can stop by. It's still always good to text in case we're down the hall, but we run all kinds of programs from there. We also have online, so this is a network or a community. So we use this Hive image to show the different organizations involved with us, and anyone serving families can be added. So if you're interested, we also have an online database. So if you want to search classes by, or support groups, classes, anything that's helping, it's more than it's kind of different from resources. It's more about how can we support parents and provide opportunities for them to learn more about parenting. So that database is sort of about, you know, for young children, free and low cost, online, in person, you know, they can sort by anything they want and find different classes on there. And then the Parenting Educator Network meetings are the third Thursday of each month at noon. And we welcome feedback. If that's not convenient for you, we'd love to know. We have an online site on what we call the Promise Network, where you can get the reports each month to find out what happened. You could submit your report if you can't be there, but it's a place where we have some really good conversation. We talk about, you know, class attendance. We wrestle with, you know, getting caterers for our classes, you know, whatever it is, we try to dig in deep and make it a really kind of vulnerable conversation about what parenting educators are dealing with, and, you know, obviously promoting what we have going on. So that meeting is open to anybody who would like to come. And then we have a Facebook group as well as the Promise Network group. We try to do a lot, probably too much, but on the right, I hope it's on the right for you, but as our referral resources, like one pager. And this is a quick sheet if you're going, I need help for a grandparent. I have a client who's, you know, needs some support for perinatal mood disorders. So you can quickly look at this and you can see, you know, what's available for different ages. And sometimes this is actually not the most current one. There's one that's even more current. There's so much more going on, but it's something we hope like you'll grab one, tack it up, and be able to say to a parent, here's what we have. We also have a huge event coming up this Saturday, and it's the Baby and Family Expo. It's the 8th annual Baby and Family Expo. I think we have nearly 40 vendors, grand prizes. It's always so fun. It's very exciting. And we invite you to attend. We invite you to let people know it's going to be there. Last year, I don't think I've ever seen more pregnant people and more people with babies and strollers and carriers than ever. I mean, it was really crazy. So that's something just keep in mind, share. We've got our Parenting Suite Facebook page. You can share that information from. And then we do a lot of the work we do, we hope helps all of your programs if you're doing parenting education. So we do a lot of environmental media, a lot of marketing. Our goal is to kind of use social marketing strategies, not social media, but social marketing. And if you would like to know more about that, we can do a whole thing on that. But how we can normalize and help people realize that parenting education is for everyone. So it's a big effort that one of our primary things that we do. We also offer training for different classes. We're starting a training. It's already full because I've got 50 people in it, starting in September, but we'll be doing more trainings for Attach the Heart if folks are interested. It really focuses on 0 to 5. But really, if parents don't understand about attachment, it's good for any parent. So I've had parents of teenagers in the class. We do a lot of other classes that we can offer training in as well. I just invite you to check all that out. So these are some of the kind of primary big things that we have. I just thought I'd bring attention to in our kind of close network. And I've been involved with this for many years. If you're familiar with La Leche League, we rebranded a couple years and we now call ourselves Ah Babies, which is Appalachian Highlands Healthy Babies. But the way you say it is like this, Ah Babies, right? So we are very excited about that. Ah Babies has done a lot for many years. I think it's been in the community probably at least 45 years. La Leche League has been around for 60 some years. So we've been a part of it for a long time. I've been a La Leche League accredited leader for 22 years. And we're looking for folks who are interested in being leaders. So All Babies is a key player in helping us start the parenting suite. So just letting you know about that. We have meetings, 3 meetings a month. And we're adding back our meeting that we had for probably almost 40 years in Abingdon. And we have meetings in Bristol and have meetings online. And we'd love to be able to add some more meetings back. So if you're not familiar, it's peer-to-peer support group, breastfeeding support. And if anybody's interested, please let me know. We do Parenting Primetime, which is a drop-in group online. And really what Parenting Primetime is about is being able to refer to your programs, help people connect, and with the idea that if they come in with a question, we try to answer it then. But you know, they can get connected to resources that will really help them. We do a couple classes called Supporting School Success and Guiding Good Choices, which are evidence-based programs. They're really excellent. I highly recommend them. I can go into detail if somebody wants to know. We do a little program where it's called Playtime in the Art Space, where it's most Saturdays at 10 a.m. It starts back up this month, and it's at Theater Bristol. And a lot of you may not even realize this, but I have your materials out at Playtime. So we have a whole big display on those Saturday mornings. The kids are treated to a little show. Parents are treated to some coffee and bagels every time we have it, and cream cheese. And sometimes I forget to put it out. And this is a great program that kind of helps parents even reconnect to childhood songs that they may have forgot about. It's a lot of parent-child engagement, but also what's critical about it is trying to connect parents to other parents in kind of a way that maybe if they weren't the person who says, I don't really want to go to a support group, but I'll go to this. We're trying to just provide more opportunities and ways for people to connect. Nurturings is the creator of the Attach the Heart program and a really big supporter, especially helping us with a lot of the environmental media marketing and promotions that we do. We have a program called Grand Connections, which is for grandparents. And then we have Tri-Cities Baby Wearing. We actually have a lending library for baby carers. And if you want to ever know why baby wearing is so important for parents, especially to help reduce, addressing perinatal mood disorders, issues with that, it helps parents feel productive. There's a million benefits that you may not even know. It helps with weight gain, infant weight gain. It helps with connection and attachment. And so we are really excited to be able to help parents do that. And we have certified baby wearing educators and are glad to share about that all the time. And we have some Dr. Sears classes too. I'm also a trainer for Nurturing Parenting program. I know other folks on the call are involved with that. I taught it for many years in Spanish, actually. So it's very near and dear to my heart. And then I mentioned the Guiding Good Choices, which is really, it says ages 9 to 14. I think it definitely serves even into high school. And I have parents with kids who are older than 14 in their class. It's just an excellent program for how to coach your child, how to make good decisions, how to stay out of trouble, and how to keep your friends while you do all that. Because often it's our friends that are the ones that get us into trouble sometimes at that age. But we try to coach parents and children about how to navigate all that. It's just an absolutely excellent program. And we've taught for many years in Bristol. This quick breakout of, so the Guiding Good Choices is 5 weeks. Attach the Heart is 10 weeks. It's rolling, so people can join at any module point. So if they want to join in on feeding, we'll talk about everything there related to feeding, but then they can wrap all the way around, go to all the classes and come back and catch that pregnancy, birth, and parenting one if they want to. We run the classes weekly. We also run them monthly. So you could also catch and multiple times weekly. So even if you miss one, you could probably still catch that one you want to catch. We do it online. We do it in person at Bristol Public Library. We may add some others. If you're interested in having it where you are, I think this program is absolutely brilliant for helping motivate parents on why to think about their parenting and be intentional about their parenting. It's almost like a survey course, but it has lots of good resources, and then it has ongoing support with an ongoing support community forever after they've taken the class, and access to support groups as well. So our program, the goals are to improve prenatal care and maternal and birth outcomes, probably like a lot of you, improve breastfeeding initiation, continuation. Along with that, we do the business case for breastfeeding. So go in the workplace and we can help assess and coach a workplace on how to set their place up to be breastfeeding friendly. And then when you get to that, more parenting friendly as well. We're trying to increase parenting sensitivity and effectiveness and connect family to resources, improve social and emotional health. We have a lot of reading programs, Appalachian Promise Alliance, Twin City Reads, Reading Buddies, and Supporting School Success are all programs that do that, as well as some other workplace programs, and then improve youth well-being as well. This is just a quick little rundown about Attach the Heart. 11 years as the Evidence Informed program based on 30 years of principles. We use the same assessments that Nurturing Parenting program uses, if you're familiar, as well as an additional one. It's very aligned with HOPE. If you're familiar with the HOPE Innovation Network, we're a certified HOPE organization. That's through Tufts University. So it's very strengths-based. It includes an anti-racism approach as well. Nurturing Parenting program, of course, you may be familiar. It's 40 years old and evidence informed. It was evidence-based for many years. And then Guiding Good Choices the same way. That's kind of when they did away with a lot of the evidence-based kind of designation. We serve the Southern Appalachian region. Our classes are generally free of charge or low cost. We have a lot of people who are trained in the region through these programs over the years. So if you want to get in contact with those folks, we're glad to connect you. Let's see, we serve all ages. This is just a quick rundown. We try to serve everywhere. We don't turn anybody away. We do a lot of referrals to the organizations on this call. So I've had, been in touch with many of you about different things to get support for our families. We hear really positive feedback from the families. Our classes have helped parents reconnect with children, prepare them for parenthood, connect them to each other, and as well as resources. Very valuable through the pandemic, which I think we're still really seeing a lot of ramifications through that time period, and help teen parents, parents with disabilities, and parents in rural locations because of what we have. These are just a couple testimonials. We are working on expanding, offering more classes, offering more coaching, because a lot of parents, that's what they're looking for is coaching, more culturally relevant classes. So we're always looking to do more. If you'd like to partner with us, we love that. That's how we get a lot done, is through partnerships. And then training, of course, offering training opportunities. Just to be really transparent, we have, challenges like everybody. We're engaged in long-term, work, the big impact that takes a long time and a lot of effort. And yet, also our classes aren't full but there's so much need, and we see it in the community. Funding for prevention work is a challenging area to be in, right? People want to fund things like relief and things that look a little bit more interesting and more tangible. We want to really make parenting education not compete with family time. We are really working at ways we can integrate it in the workplace. Also on, different programs like through churches as well. We're looking at building more volunteer leadership so that we have more parenting mentors. And how can we best communicate with parents? That communication tool is always changing. Facebook isn't going to do it for a lot of folks these days, especially our young parents. We gauge a lot of research and collecting, and that's a challenge, especially getting the post assessments back. And, we're in a world where everybody thinks that what they learn on social media is sufficient, where it's not only not sufficient, doesn't create community, and sometimes it's not information that's very trustworthy. So we're always working to kind of address those issues and see how we can help folks. I mentioned about the universal parenting educate, or maybe I didn't, but we're really a big advocates that everyone needs it. So that we call that universal parenting education, by no means mandatory whatsoever. How can we destigmatize and normalize it? And I talked about using social marketing. We're looking at how we can create a pipeline of parenting education by getting people back into childbirth classes, that early education where there's kind of an open mind about, hey, there's stuff I don't know and I need to learn, and that we can continue that through the years. We're also working really hard on how we can just kind of saturate our community with parenting education in multiple different ways, and in ways that people feel connects with their lifestyle and their needs and interests. Kind of a no excuse kind of program. Like, you can't say, well, there's not one at the time I need. We're going to have one at the time you need if we can make that happen. And that's by using the whole network, of course. So if you've got things that fill those gaps, we'd love to know about it. We also have a big focus on work and childcare and attachment and how we can help parents sustain healthy, secure attachment with their children. What does that look like when you've been at work all day? What kind of things will you know, what kind of, or need to know, what kind of tips, how to select childcare, educating systems about parenting and understanding better about attachment, helping institutions get behind this and know better. And then of course, Appalachian Connect, we provide on-site navigators. We also are very focused on supporting, recognizing, and elevating parenting educators. I mentioned earlier, that's part of the network, and then filling gaps in training and expanding. So that's what I have. I thought, you know, I don't know what all your needs are, so I would love to entertain any questions if we have time. There's a lot more that we have going on, but I hate to bring all of it up if it's not something pertinent to your needs. So thank you.
Hey, this is Gabby Smith with the Tennessee Commission on Children and Youth. And I feel like I might have brought this up before, but I just wanted to, in case I didn't, when I've heard you guys speak about your services. But do you have any contacts within the juvenile courts?
So we are heavily working on that. We're actually working with Ballad Health, with people who actually used to work in the juvenile courts, and we've developed, I think, probably one of the most extensive contact lists.
Awesome.
I mean, we have like scrubbed data, or, you know, contact information, trying to create a very thorough contact list. I was actually in conversation with one of the courts this morning, working on that. So yes, that is a big deal to us. Yep.
Fantastic. Yeah, we have, I sit on a couple of foster care review boards, and I just see that need. There's so many kiddos that are, the plan is still return to parent, but that parent needs to do the parenting classes and assessments and all these things, but they don't really know where to start. And so it never gets done, and that child stays in custody way longer than they would be. So just being able to hand the parent over your guys' information and say, hey, if you want to reach all the goals in your permanency plan, here's a good place to start, would be awesome. So, but that's good to hear.
Yeah, no, we don't want that to happen at all. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm just finished a class for an individual parent. I don't mean single as in not married. I mean a solitary parent, one parent, because they need it in a timely way. And if we can do that, we're going to do it. We're going to do whatever we can to help. So please, yeah, let me know. And, you know, we do meetings, you know, with Carolyn, with Tennessee Voices, you know, with other folks too. And I'm always going to try to say, you know, have you tried this? Have you tried this? And connect people with classes. But yeah, we'll do whatever we can. Did I overwhelm everybody? The key things, Baby Fair this weekend. It's so much fun. I hope you can come. Just check it out. Drop in. Third Thursday, Parenting Educator Network meeting, where we share, like you all do in this group, what's coming up. We definitely do that. We report it. But we also just spend some time like wrestling with some different issues. And our Parenting Suite newsletter, you can sign up for that and share it. Any other questions?
Thank you so much for sharing. Any more questions before we move on? All right. Thank y'all. And Samantha's information is in the chat if y'all need to reach out to her or want more information. Thank you for all the awesome work you are doing.
Tony?
Yeah, go ahead, Dr. DeLucia.
I've been dealing with technology issues a lot. I put in the chat how much I think Samantha is awesome. And of course, I know the Appalachian Promise. Now we have people over at the College of Medicine and the Department of Pediatrics that are helping with brain development, basically, you know, empowerment on reading and hopefully other things. And I brought some of these to the family event that the YWCA had a month ago or so. And apparently they were able to find a great distribution vehicle. And now that ETSU has heard how it went over, it's like they're even more our buddies. And so I was just wondering if, I know this kind of thing is only one small piece of the puzzle, but I think and this is not me, but we're trying to offer it through our College of Medicine. And also, you know, our connection with, you know, the Strong Brain and what Ballard's doing and the overall and the like. So I'll shut up.
That's great stuff. It's really awesome. You asked about social marketing. I'll just share this real quick. I used to work for Population Services International and Child Survival, and spent many years doing that and using marketing tools. So it's kind of like you have your health education and social marketing is over here, and it's trying to say, how can we sell Coca-Cola, or pardon me, how can we sell vitamin A sachets for babies or for, you know, children as if it were Coca-Cola? How can we do home-based water treatment as if it were Coca-Cola? And we're very successful with that. And now that organization is now one of the top, I think the #1 funded USAID organization doing this kind of work using social marketing in family planning and HIV/AIDS prevention and everything. So it's very near and dear to my heart, social marketing. And that's what I'm trying to bring to bear here with parenting as the focus. It's a little bit of a hard sell, but we're
I'm
gonna
gonna unmute again, Samantha, because I have a book. It's called Fostering Sustainable Behavior: An Introduction to Community-Based Social Marketing. I think it's in like its 3rd edition by a Canadian, Doug Mackenzie Moore. But you know, a lot of these things are very much applicable. They can be operationalized, plug and play. So sort of plug and play. And I tend to not look at this as solely the environment, because all of a sudden we are talking resilience. We are talking about, you know, the necessary ingredients. So I was thinking about maybe getting somebody like this and telling them what we need, get an expert down here talking about it, just to make it more visible to people, and maybe give that individual that we identify some focus that I know that Appalachian Regional Promise is starting to focus on DEI now a lot, and that's a big thing with what we have to do to stand up for vulnerable populations. You mentioned COVID, and that's still hanging over people in the recovery end of things.
Tony, interested that you talk about that, because with the DEI, that's something that at TM Voices we're really working hard on. We've done several things to be able to serve that vulnerable population, especially those who don't speak the language, the rural populations. So one of the things that we've done, we had created a DEI committee, and I'm actually one of the people that is in charge of bringing it to Northeast Tennessee, so we can get more educated about that, because a lot of us, even our languaging, right, could be sometimes not very inclusive or very receptive to the clients that we serve. So this is just a way of maybe educating ourselves even within our organization, but also bringing it out to other organizations, so we can be able to serve these communities in a better capacity.
Thanks, everybody, for that chat and y'all's feedback. Anything else before we move on?
I'll
Could I
share
just ask,
flyers in the
I
chat.
wanted to ask, I wanted to ask Samantha, how do I don't know, I scrolled back, but I couldn't find your information. How do we get on your mailing list?
If you go to appalachianpromise.org and scroll to the
Okay.
bottom
Mhm.
and choose,
Perfect.
you can choose both newsletters, but definitely choose Parenting Suite.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, everybody. At this time, I'm going to ask each of our committee chairs to share just a little bit about what their committees will be working on today. We have 3 committees: our substance use committee, our WIDE committee, and our data committee. So if y'all each will share what you're going to be working on today, and then we will open the breakout rooms.
So in Committee A today, we'll be talking about the international overdose awareness events that are going on in all the different regions and how we can be of use to everyone and lend a helping hand. Yeah, that's kind of what we'll be going over today.
Hey guys, so in Committee B, this is not something we'll really be working on, but it's more of an update. So one of our big things was working on starting a community garden program with after schools in some Carter County schools. We've worked really hard to pull together the right people for this, and I'm really happy to say that it's going to start this semester over at Central Elementary. So we're just taking it very slow. There wasn't a ton of funding. This was put together, you know, with the love and hard work of the people involved, and not a ton of money from the outside. So, but that will start this semester. UT Extension is going to be providing a ton of the education piece of it, and our friends at Carter County Schools have worked really hard to make sure that this became a reality. So that's really exciting. And then as far as our mental health piece, we're still kind of restructuring what we want to do with that moving forward. But I do want to say, Tia and Jillian, if there's a way that you guys can hop on my end after you're done or before or in between or whatever, I really wanted to chat with you guys about doing something for overdose awareness and education with mental health and kiddos. So
I am not the chair for Committee C anymore, but I don't know if there is a new one yet. So I don't know what we're doing in that committee. I'll hop on and talk with Tyler and Caroline and others in our committee about our plans as I move away from chair.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open the breakout rooms now. As always, y'all are welcome to join any breakout room that is working on something you're interested in. So feel free to hop on there. And when breakout rooms are finished, you are free to go. So thanks everybody for being here.